friends. Welcome to Story Behind Podcast. This is the show for people who love hearing a good story and who believe the world could use more positivity. We're the team behind God Updates and God Too, and we hope these weekly short stories will brighten your day.
Former news anchor spots a 90-year-old veteran working in the sweltering heat and steps in. Written by Heather Riggleman, read by Julie Provost. Thanks to human kindness, a hardworking veteran can finally retire. A former news anchor spotted a 90-year-old veteran working in the sweltering heat and decided to step in. Retirement can be a significant challenge for veterans, many of whom rely on Social Security and small pensions that often fall short of their needs. For Dylan, a 90-year-old Air Force veteran, making ends meet meant pushing carts at a Louisiana grocery store under the scorching sun. His story, however, took a heartwarming turn thanks to the compassion of strangers and the power of community. On Memorial Day, a former New Orleans news anchor, Karen Swinson, was moved when she saw Dylan laboring in 90-degree heat. Learning that he needed around $2,500 a month to survive, but received less than half of that from Social Security, Karen felt compelled to help. She launched a GoFundMe campaign aimed at providing Dylan with the financial security he deserved. The response was overwhelming. Within 24 hours, the campaign raised over $200,000, a testament to the generosity of thousands of people touched by Dylan's plight. With these funds, Dylan now has the option to retire comfortably. Karen updated donors, expressing joy that Dylan would no longer be forced to push shopping carts in extreme heat to afford his meals. Instead, he could choose to work on his own terms, a significant shift from necessity to choice. No longer will the 90-year-old veteran have to push shopping carts in triple-digit heat to put food on his table, Swenson wrote. Should he choose to remain working, it will be just that, his choice. Born in 1933, Dylan served across the U.S. and even in Greenland during his Air Force career. His story resonated deeply, highlighting the struggles many veterans face in their later years. Dylan expressed profound gratitude for the support, calling it a miracle at his age. Veterans who have dedicated their lives to serving and protecting our country should not have to endure the hardship of working strenuous or menial jobs in their later years. Their sacrifice and commitment deserve our utmost respect, care, and compassion. After giving so much of themselves for our safety and freedom, they should be able to retire with dignity and be provided with the necessary support to live comfortably. It is our duty as a society to ensure that these brave individuals are honored not only with words but with tangible actions that reflect our gratitude for their service. Thanks to this incredible act of community support, Dylan can now look forward to living his remaining years with dignity and comfort. It's the least we can do for those who gave so much for us. God bless all who served our country like Dylan. God bless the generous hearts who came together to make his life a little brighter. Hebrews 13:16. Do not neglect to do good and to share what you have, for such sacrifices are pleasing to God. New movie with Dennis Quaid shows Ronald Reagan's inspiring rise from small-town roots. Written by Mel Johnson, read by Julie Provost. The new movie Reagan with Dennis Quaid brings to life the inspiring story of Ronald Reagan's rise to the presidency. As the 40th president of the United States, Ronald Reagan has a lasting impact on America. And his journey from childhood to the Oval Office was unlike any of the presidents before him. With his small-town upbringing, Ronald Reagan didn't initially set out to pursue politics. He had his sights set on Hollywood. However, God had other plans. Dennis Quaid confidently plays the role of Ronald Reagan, and the film follows the former president's journey of overcoming the odds as he moved from dusty small-town roots to the glitter of Hollywood, and then on to commanding the world stage. The story is told through the voice of a former KGB agent, Viktor Petrovich, played by Jon Voight, whose life becomes inextricably linked with Ronald Reagan's when Reagan first caught the Soviets' attention as an actor in Hollywood. When first approached by portraying the beloved President Reagan, Dennis Quaid had serious reservations. I was scared to death about doing it, he said. Even though Dennis considered Reagan one of his favorite presidents, he was hesitant to portray his iconic persona on camera. First, he needed to move past his awe of the late Ronald Reagan. I didn't know how to penetrate that. Somebody so well known, Dennis Quaid admitted. I didn't want to do an impersonation, but I went up to the Reagan Ranch, And that's what sealed the deal for me, because I could feel him up there, when he was a really humble guy. Now, the official trailer for Reagan gives a compelling look into this captivating film. Reagan is set to release in theaters nationwide on August 30th, 2024.
Thank you so much for listening to Story Behind Podcast. We're really glad you joined us for this week's story. To see photos and videos that may have been referenced in this episode, check out the links in the show notes. And if you enjoyed what you heard today, subscribe to our podcast, and please tell a friend about us. We'd also love it if you'd rate us and leave us a review. It really does help more people find us. Story Behind is a Salem Web Network production.